Hello guys, today we are going to talk about Linux Audit. So let's talk about what is Linux Audit. It's a system that provides detailed history of changes or access made to the system. It is a controlled access protection profiles compliant auditing system. It reports what is going on in our system, but it does not take any actions to prevent or do anything. It tells who changed a file, issued a command, or who made a system call. It is also known as Audit, Auditd, Audit Deamon, or Linux Audit. So why use Linux Audit? To know what happened, when it happened, and who did it in our system. Because system and application logs do not have all the records. We can use audit as part of our overall security strategy, but not as the whole security strategy, but we can use it as a part of our overall security strategy. Audit help you prove evidence if something bad happened to your system. It also helps you feed data to intrusion detection tools. So what is audit composed of? Audit code in the Linux kernel, audit daemon and audit dispatcher daemon, and there's configuration files for audit daemon and auditing rules, and there's optional plugins to work with audit dispatcher, and there are commands to control and report audits, and also audit logs in /var/log/audit file. So what are the audit file configurations? There are two main files in /etc/audit/directory. There is auditd.conf and audit.roles files. This first file, auditd.conf file, it is the audit daemon configuration files related to how it logs. It has details like size, number, location of audit logs, also what to do on file system or log files. So this audit.roles files, it has auditing rules of what to log. There are three main categories in there. First one is audit system configuration, second one is file and directory access, third one is system calls. It must be on by root. So let's talk about audit.roles file. There are some audit system configuration options in there. As you can see below, -D is to indicate delete all roles and watches. Simple E with 1, 0 or 2 indicate three options. -E with 0 which means audit is disabled. -E with 1 means audit is enabled and it can be changed by anyone. -E with 2 means audit can be changed with the reboot and it is enabled. So if you are going to use audit against a hacker or some intrusions, you should use -E with 2 because if someone is going to hack your system and change your audits, they need to restart your system, and when they restart your system you will know about something happened. Also this -B with a number is about buffer size. The default buffer size with 64, we can change it. -F means for failure flag. You can use 0 for silent, 1 for print and 2 for panic. -A used to append rule. -W watch for file system object. -K to filter keyword. Okay, let's talk more about audit.roles file. Let's talk about a watch. We can set watch on a file or directory. A directory watch is triggered if the inode is updated with metadata change. So what we are going to do is we are going to use a watch on a file or a directory. We can use the command auditctl with -w and we can give the path, and then we can give -p and permissions and -k with the key name. So what is this path? We can give the file directory to what file that we are going to monitor with the watch, and in the permissions we can give read, write, executable and attribute change permissions to audit, and keyname is a label that we can identify. You can see in the below in the example we can use the command as auditctl-w for watch and give the directory and the file name. We are monitoring here the text file, and -p with read write executable and attribute change permission story, and k with the label name. We can give any name for this label name. So here we are going to talk about commands for audit. So what command we can use with audit? We can use AU report keyword to generate report on system activity. We can use AU search keyword to search for types or categories of audit events. We can use AU trace to trace a program. We can use AU syscall keyword to map system call names and numbers. We can use auditctl command to control the audit system and append rules. We can use AU last log keyword to who is last logged into the system. We can use AU VIRT keyword to show information related to virtual machines. So why we enabled Auditd? Before we enable Auditd, we should know that what we are going to track. Then we should not audit everything in the system, because if we audit everything in the system, it will eventually impact our performance in the system or overflow our audit logs. Let's change roles with or without reboot, which means if we let someone change our audit logs without reboot, we will not know what happened. Then we need to send logs to somewhere, which means if something happened to our system, there are no logs that we can find. So it is a good idea to send our audit logs to a remote server. Then there are some commands that we can use to start, restart, or look at the status of Auditd. Those are systemctl start Auditd, systemctl status Auditd, and systemctl restart Auditd. So before we actually start our Auditd, we should validate we are actually capturing the events we actually need. We should validate that we are not capturing events that we do not need. And also we should ensure that we are not caused any performance impacts to our system by using Auditd. Okay, let's get into our hands-on practicals. So I'm using Ubuntu 20.04 LTS version. So you can use any kind of Ubuntu. So first we need to install Audit in our system. So let's install it. apt install Audit. All right then. Okay, now that Audit is installed, let's check the directory by going to that directory. etc audit. Okay, let's check what is inside there. As we can see, there are 3 files and 1 directory. Let's check our audit.roles file. So as you can see here, this is automatically generated file from /etc audit_roles.d directory. There's a capital D, which is to delete all the roles, and the buffer size is 8 gigabits. There's a failure flag. Okay, let's see our other file, which is auditd.conf. Okay, it has so many things here, details. We can see the log files are stored in this location /varlog audit. Maybe we can go and check if there are logs here. Okay, cd. Let's first go to the directory. Okay, let's check if there's anything. Yeah, there's audit.log file. Okay, let's get it. Yes, there are so many log details in there. Okay, now let's check out what is inside our directory. first, yeah, cd into rules.d. Okay, let's check what's inside. Yeah, there's a file called audit.roles. Let's get it. Okay, so it is another log file that is it says first role is to delete all with the capital D. Yes, we know that, and it's indicate the buffer size is 8 GB, and there's also another failure flag. Okay, now let's check our status in our audit ctl dash s for audit status. Okay, we can see that audit is enabled with 1. All right, so we don't need to enable it, or maybe we can change it like by entering 0 and again check it, right? See, we disabled audit. We can enable it again by typing 1 here, right? So first we can monitor a file. We can use our passwd file, which is where our passwords are, password and user details are there. We can read it, right? It's there. So what we can do here is we can create a watch role to our passwd file. So if someone is trying to read or write into the passwd file, we can find it in our logs. Auditctl, then we can give watch with w, and what is the locations, passwd is the file. Then we can give permissions with p tag, and then with k we can give our label name, give monitor passwd. Okay, press enter, it's fine. Also what we can do is now we have given a label, we can use au search and search if something comes up in the audit with that label name. For that we can use au search k and our label name. As you can see, the key is monitor passwd, right? Monitor passwd. What's on there is type is system call, user id is 0, group id is 0, which is the root, and the command is sht with user bin sht. Try to read the passwd file like cat dash etc passwd. Okay, so now we have read it. Now again we can check with au search that if there are any logs regarding our cat command. Okay, this is it. Type system call, user id which is the root, and the command is cat like this. So also we can monitor directory. To do that we can type modify our audit ctl command, this one, audit ctl, w is watch, and we can monitor our etc directory if we want. We can give a name monitor directory. Okay, so there are so many logs as usual, and we can see we have issued the last command, a use search command for our directory. So far we have add the watch and monitor a file and a directory. So what we can do here is go to our reporting feature in Audit, which is AU report. Let's check our audit summary. AU report dash dash summary. Okay, here we can see a audit report here, summary report. We can try other AU report features like AU report dash I dash E dash dash summary for event summary. Yes, we can see an event summary here. Let's see a syscall summary. AU report dash I dash S dash dash summary. Here's the syscall report. Also, we can see executable summary. All we need to do is change this S to X and type enter. Because this is the executable summary. To see file summary, we can use F here and press enter. Here you can see it's the file summary report. Okay, dash dash failed. Yeah, it is the failed summary report. Like us, we can use audit report function. Okay, now we have checked our examples on audit CTL and AU report and AU search. Now let's talk about AU trace. We can see an example of trace like this: AU trace slash bin, and with VI we can give a file name test file dot txt like that. And as we can see here, it's just a file. What we can do is execute here which wq. Okay, now it is saying the trace is complete. You can locate the records with this command. Okay, what we can do here is we can copy the command and just paste it here and type enter. Okay, this is the trace of that file. As we can see, command is vi, right? User is root and group is root. Okay, now we can check AU syscall example like AU syscall. Here we can look up numbers or names, and also we can specify a specific architecture. Let's check, just open. Here you can see the syscalls, and if we are trying a specific architecture, we can use like S39TX. Also, we can use the command AU last lock here. Very simple, AU last lock. Okay, since I'm in a remote server, you can see uh, different information here, and there's also MySQL login. Finally, we can check our virtual machine details with AU VIRT, which dash dash summary. Okay, we can see our virtual machine summary. There are no virtual machines since it's all zero. Okay guys, that's all about our tutorial on Linux audit. Thank you.